Hi, this is Philip Mason with Incredible Fathers. Happy Mother's Day. I wish to express gratitude to all the mothers out there for your tremendous service. I want you to think about something for a moment that I'm not trying to state the obvious, but trying to get you to think about something that is very profound. We all came into this world because we had a mother. That's the only way to get into this world. And that mother is a part of you, and you're a part of that mother. And there's a strong link there. And I want you to think about that price or that sacrifice that your mother made for you and that opportunity that she gave you to enjoy life. So you could have a lot of different answers to that question, but I want you to think about that and then write it down and think about what it means to you and how you're grateful for your mother. I want to share with you three key attributes of mothers that I really admire and what they mean to me. So the first one is, I really admire some great mothers who they keep things very simple. They just do what works. Leonardo da Vinci was credited with saying that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and a great mother, an incredible mother, fully understands that. And they do what works for their children. I've noticed over the years in the workplace that some of the women or mothers that I work with, they often try to take this environment and this situation and these best practices that they have in the workplace, and they try to make it happen at home the same way. And they end up being frustrated and irritated, and the children resist it, and it just becomes a big mess after a while. And oftentimes I hear from my coworkers or my boss or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if parenting's for me. I don't know if I work well with little kids. I don't know if I'm a good mom, which in my mind, none of that's true. They're just taking their wrong set of practices that work so well for them in the business environment, and they take it home and they try to make all that work at home, but it's a totally different scenario, totally different relationship, and so of course it doesn't work. But I see so many women fall into that trap. But the great mothers that I see, they keep it simple and they do what works for their children and for their family, and they're just happier that way. The second thing that I notice that I really admire in great mothers, incredible mothers, is that they don't label their children. They don't believe in people types. And so they don't try to type their children. They don't give them specialized tests and try to figure out what kind of personality they have and everything, although some of that certainly is applicable. But what they do is they see their child just purely for who they are, the genius, the beauty, the potential to become what they can become. They see that God has touched this child, and they see that this child has infinite potential, and they just allow that child to grow, and they just nourish that child. So they don't try to label or type their child. They just let them grow and expand and use all their strengths and talents as best they can. And I really admire that. The third thing, and perhaps the most important thing that I really admire in mothers, is just the genuine, real love, which I think for many of us is hard to define. Love can be a very difficult thing to define, but it's found in the way a mother interacts with a child and handles a child and takes care of them. And there is, like I mentioned earlier, there's a sacrifice made by a mother anytime a child is brought into the world, and they care for that child and prepare for that child, and they put their own life on hold to make sure that child has that opportunity for life and growth and opportunity in wherever they are born into. I am very grateful for my own mother. I'm grateful for the sacrifices that she has made, and I'm grateful for mothers all over the world who have the courage to be mothers, and they have those traits that I just mentioned, and I really admire that. Again, happy Mother's Day, and this is Philip with Incredible Fathers. Thank you.